Aloha, good morning from Hawaii. I'm going to show you something really cool. It's one of my most favorite vinegars that I make myself because it's not just regular vinegar. It's a probiotic super-mineralized vinegar. Okay, I make it so it's also a spicy version for me because I like the spicy. And also I make it a regular version so it doesn't have the spice for people that really don't like the spice. They don't like the spice, of course, because they've got most likely leaky gut syndrome and or critters in their stomach that don't like the cayenne spice because it shouldn't hurt you. Let me show you my lineup here. So we're going to use the pineapple kombucha brew that I've been brewing for about 2 weeks. Okay, you don't need to do it this long, but I did this one for 2 weeks just because I haven't had the time to do this video. This is the material, okay, that I took out of here. 2 weeks. This is new material here. This has got water, distilled water. You can see the sugar on the top, and it's got pieces of pineapple that I have in here, and it makes a brew called tepache. We amp it up though, and I put in a probiotic, and I put in good amounts of sugar, about 1.5 ounces, and I wait about 3 or 4 days. Then I'll put another ounce of sugar in, and I'll wait 3 or 4 days, and I'll do that again. And that's how you get this super strong, okay? Oh, that's good. Okay, full of probiotics. Remember, we're trying to go ahead and grow the probiotics. Probiotics aren't cheap. I'm using 100 trillion strain, 100 trillion unit or critters, okay, or bacteria. About 25 strains. Okay, so we're trying to reflourish the gut wall bacteria any way we can, and it's good to be able to have this bacteria flow through your system, okay, because the gut is what keeps you healthy. It's just what it is, okay? If your gut is sick, it's because you're sick, and if you're sick, it's because your gut is sick. These are the microbes that actually process not only your food, but they're 85% of your immune system. They are most of your hormone system. Okay, that bacteria, especially if you have leaky gut syndrome, which most people past 40 years old, 50% of the people supposedly have leaky gut syndrome. That's where a part of the intestine has a breach in the hull. Okay, and some of the internal parasites and fungi and mold and bacteria and different things that should not be in the body start to go ahead and actually get thrown into the body. So you get parasites swimming in your blood, you got all these different critters, and you talk about eating poop. Just not going to eat it from the mouth, and it's your own, right? So it's not so bad. Well, it's tough on your immune system. Okay, so this is how you go ahead and actually can change some of the amount of bacteria that are good in your stomach, okay, and intestines, and some of the bacteria that are not good. They're called the dark cats, the anaerobes. I go over this a lot in the eartheracademy.com. It's a place where we share higher layered information with some recommendations on how to take care of certain types of problems, okay? So one of the biggest problems that we see everybody has is they have an insufficiency of good bacteria in their gut wall, an insufficiency. And if you've got an insufficiency of gut wall bacteria, there's lots of lectures you can watch, okay? You'll see that's not good. So, okay, we've got 3 minutes here, so let me show you the rest of the recipe here. You use distilled water, so I use distilled water right here. This is at the Earther Academy student store. This is my steam distiller. We got a special deal where you get 2 glass jars and you get a whole year's worth of filters up there. You can see it making water, and I use this distilled water, which is pure H2O, nothing else in it, 0.000 parts per million, the most pure water you can get. And I put it in here. We wait about a week, remember, put the sugar in again, put the sugar in again 3 times or so. If you want to do it 2 times, it just gives it that much more, less kick. 2 times the sugar, 3 times you get that much more. You put in cayenne pepper after you're ready to go ahead and actually, it's better because what happens is that if you put the cayenne in here, then all your brew is going to be cayenne. So I put the cayenne in later. We're going to go ahead and also, after we're done too, we're going to put in about 6 drops of fulvic acid, and that'll mix with the acid that's in there. We use living silica. I put about a tablespoon into the brew that we're going to go ahead and actually pour into the soy sauce container. Okay, this is one of our alternative soy sauces. Instead of using any soy sauce, I don't use any wheat, corn, or soy. This is on Earth Shift, and this is the best tasting stuff to be able to actually add to anything. So I use the bottles. Bottles are expensive. Don't throw them out. Blue-green algae. This is noni. I've been putting a couple pieces of noni. You guys don't have noni, but we do here. So I'm going to put some noni in there too. And this is after about 2 weeks of it just sitting there. And it makes this juice. Okay? And if you've never had noni before, oh, is that strong? That's noni. Okay. Very nutritional, very medicinal. And then I put in also brown seaweed extract, because this brown seaweed extract has more plant iodine and more polysaccharides than any other seaweed there is. This is a concentrate. It takes 40 pounds of raw material to make 1 pound of this brown seaweed extract. Take all the fiber out, and you got yourself a very concentrated seaweed for iodine and polysaccharides, which super help intestinal problems and a lot of other things. Magnesium concentrate, I put about 10 drops in there, and that's our base. So I put all that together, and you just make this beautiful, beautiful probiotic vinegar. And you just put it on anything you want. You can put it on salads, you can put it on spaghetti. Okay, at least if you're getting some probiotic bacteria, you can slide this in on people. Make it spicy. Okay, you can do it a variety of ways. And what I use is also, I make that vinegar, is what I'm going to do right here. I'm going to show you this. I take a lot of the vinegar that I make, so I make a couple of these at a time, and then I'm going to go ahead and make myself a hot chili sauce. Same thing. I put the minerals in, the fulvic acid, silica. I put in brown seaweed extracts, and I put in full blended lemons, because I'm going to blend this in the Vitamix, and it's all raw. So this makes a very, very super good, and of course put vinegar in. Makes a really, really, really good hot sauce. Okay, very simple. And let's see, did I forget anything else? I have an interview in about 5 minutes, so I'm sort of rushing this one. Okay, I think we're good. But that's the lineup, and that's a probiotic, like I said, vinegar, and it's super mineralized too. Remember, you need to get your minerals. Minerals keep the body so it actually can become conductive. Conductive to what? Regeneration, to consciousness. Conductive. Your body's a battery. It needs minerals to be able to work. Okay? And super fuel, not fuel from Tijuana, not 85 octane fuel where your car's going to knock. It likes 103, okay? The best fuel that can burn through it, because it only needs a little bit of fuel to burn, because the power of the fuel is much more. Same with the superfoods, same with the liquids. Once you clean your body out, you'll find out you don't have to eat too much, okay? Your gut wall bacteria, though, dictate on what you like to eat, okay? Dictate if you're going to get sick next week because your next door neighbor's got a cold and you just talked to her and all of a sudden that's how you got sick? Really? Your child's sick all the time? Didn't breastfeed him? Okay, or her? Okay, these are the bacteria that we, of course, need in our system. And GMOs, different types of mercury filling, swallowing the vapor, kills these microbes, okay? Having certain types of very bad fuels in our stomach to be able to propagate black mold, yeast, fungus, candida. Okay, so let's get smart, okay? No, remember, 200 pounds of sugar a year. This is the average American. And I'm not eating that sugar. I don't eat sugar. If I eat sugar, my body gets super smooth and I get lethargic. My face gets puffy. I stay away from as much sugar as I can, and I use stevia, okay? You can also, on the hot sauce, you can go ahead and add a little bit of honey or some clear agave in there also if you like a sort of a sweet and soury type sauce. So that's it, okay? We'll see you next time. And remember, vinegar with bacteria and minerals, okay? Use them 4 or 5 times a day if you can. You could even just put it in your mouth and swish it around. Remember, the best way to go ahead and actually swallow probiotics too is not in a pill form, is to take it out of the pill, put it in your mouth and swish it around and let your parotid gland, let your signature, let your glands, your body's frequency get around that bacteria. If not, most of it's gone through the gut. The gut kills it because it's a foreign invader. So be smart, okay? Remember, probiotic bacteria need to be nourished first. They need to be signaturized with your frequency so your body says, okay, it's already been partially digested, or how about transformed into a usable form of energy instead of foe, and it destroys the good bacteria, which most of the people basically are taking probiotics. And you got to go ahead and sort of see the logic on this, okay? Wrap your signature, your saliva around it, and it will survive a lot better, okay, than you just swallowing it and putting it into the cauldron and or a place where the body's immune system, if it's healthy, says, what is this? Okay, it shoots and asks questions later. Okay, that's it. Aloha. Bye.
Important reminder: all information and ideas are for informational purposes only and are in no way intended as medical advice or as a substitute for medical counseling. Earthshift Products, Dr. Robert Cassar, all of their partners, affiliates, and subsidiaries will not be held accountable for the use or misuse of the information presented therein. This information is not intended as medical advice. The authors, publishers, and speakers of this work are not medical doctors and do not recommend the use of mineral-deficient foods, drugs, or medicines to achieve beauty and to alleviate health challenges. Because there is always some risk involved, all persons involved with the development and distribution of this information are not responsible for any adverse effects or consequences of any kind resulting from the use or misuse of any suggestions or procedures described on our website or Earthshift Live radio talk show or therein.